What if the prices of the things you buy every day went up overnight? Well, that could happen thanks to the new tariffs President Trump just announced. Whether it's your favorite smartphone, your car, or even your groceries, these tariffs might have a direct impact on your wallet. Stick with us because we're going to break down exactly how these new changes are going to affect the global economy, your shopping habits, and why you should be paying attention. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest news that could impact your everyday life. Today we've got something really important to talk about: Trump's new tariffs, the changes in global trade, and how it's all going to affect you no matter where you live. We're going to take you through the key points, explain why these tariffs are being implemented, who's getting hit the hardest, and most importantly, what it means for the products you buy. Let's get into it. So, what exactly are these tariffs? In simple terms, tariffs are taxes that countries impose on goods that come into their borders from other countries. Think of it like a toll that products have to pay to enter a country. But here's the twist. President Trump just introduced reciprocal tariffs, which means that the US is going to impose tariffs on countries that are already charging US products high taxes. Essentially, the US is saying, if you're going to charge us a lot, we're going to charge you too. Now, why is this happening? According to Trump, for decades, the US has been getting the short end of the stick. He claims that other countries have been looting and pillaging the US by imposing high tariffs on American goods while paying little or nothing for their own exports to the US. But the real reason? The US has a massive trade deficit, meaning it buys far more from other countries than it sells to them. In 2023, that gap was $1.1 trillion. That's a huge amount, and no other country in the world has a deficit that big. Trump's solution? Reciprocal tariffs. If a country is charging the US 40% on certain products, the US will now charge that country 40% on their products as well. He argues that this will level the playing field. Now, the next question should be, which countries are affected? Let's talk specifics. Trump's tariffs are going to hit 57 countries and territories, and the tax rates vary by country. Some countries will face as little as 10%, while others will be slapped with as much as 50%. This will have serious consequences for the global market. Here's a quick rundown of some countries and their tariff rates. China, 34% on top of the 20% that was already imposed, making it a total of 54%. This is a huge number, and it's no surprise since China has been the US's second largest trading partner. Vietnam, 46%. India, 27%. Brazil, 10%. And Mexico and Canada. While not on this list, they're still dealing with 25% tariffs on some goods thanks to a separate order from earlier in the year. Those tariffs affect a wide range of goods, from cars to agriculture. Other countries like Sri Lanka and Myanmar are facing some of the highest tariffs. Sri Lanka, for example, is hit with a 44% tariff, and Myanmar with a 45% tariff. How does this affect you? So, now that you know which countries are getting hit, you might be wondering, how does this affect me? If you live in one of these countries, you'll likely see price hikes on the goods imported from the US. Products like electronics, clothing, and food could all become more expensive. For example, if you're buying a smartphone, a laptop, or a car that's imported from the US, you could end up paying more because the companies selling these goods will pass the tariff costs onto the consumer. Even if you're not living in one of the directly affected countries, you might still feel the pinch. Global supply chains are more interconnected than ever, and the ripple effects of these tariffs could lead to higher prices across the board. For instance, if US companies raise the prices on their products, other countries might do the same for their own goods. You might be thinking, okay, what about the products I'm planning to buy? Are they going to be affected? Well, there are some exemptions. Some products are safe from these tariffs, like pharmaceuticals, copper, semiconductors. These are essential for your tech gadgets like phones and laptops. Critical minerals that the US can't easily produce on its own, which might even keep the tech industry safe from major price hikes for now. But don't get too excited just yet. Cars and auto parts are still heavily taxed. If you're looking to buy a car soon, you might want to hold off because the tariffs on auto imports could drive up the prices. What about Canada and Mexico? Now you might be wondering, what about Canada and Mexico? They are the US's closest neighbors, but they're still in the mix. Earlier this year, Trump imposed 25% tariffs on goods coming from both countries. However, there's been a twist. The tariffs were temporarily suspended after negotiations, but certain products like energy and potash are still facing 10% tariffs. The key point here is that goods that fall under the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement (USMCA) have been exempted from some of the tariffs. But for products that don't meet the USMCA requirements, you're looking at a 25% tariff, which could still affect a lot of products you buy, especially cars and agricultural goods. The bigger picture, why does it matter? These changes could lead to a global trade war. If countries retaliate by imposing their own tariffs on US products, the prices of goods could rise across the board. Consumers will feel the effects. Businesses might struggle to import and export, and global supply chains could be disrupted. If this continues, everyday consumers might end up paying more for simple items. So, whether you're buying clothes, cars, or even food, prices could start to go up, and we might start feeling that pinch sooner than we think. Conclusion. There you have it. The US is hitting 57 countries with tariffs, and it's going to impact you no matter where you are in the world. Higher prices are coming for many goods, and even if you live in a country not directly hit by these tariffs, you'll still feel the effects as businesses raise prices in response. So what do you think? Are these tariffs a good move for the US? Or do you think they'll cause more harm than good? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on more breaking news and global issues, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're always in the loop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay informed, stay smart, and remember, knowledge is power.